Dragon Quest VIII: Journey of the Cursed King is a role-playing JRPG video game developed by Level 5 and published by Square Enix for the PlayStation 2 home video game console. It was released in Japan in 2004, and it came out in North America in 2005, and in PAL regions it was released in 2006. As the title suggests, it is the eighth installment of the Dragon Quest series, and it is the first English version of a Dragon Quest game to drop the Dragon Warrior title. A version of the game was also ported to the Android and iOS devices, which was released in Japan in December of 2013 and worldwide in the May of 2014. The main premise is that there was a court jester by the name of Dual Magus, who was court jester for the Kingdom of Trodain. He stole an ancient scepter and cast a spell on Trodain Castle. The spell cursed the King Trode himself into a troll, the Princess Medea into a horse, and the rest of the castle's inhabitants were turned into plants. The only one left unaffected was the unnamed protagonist, colloquially known as Hero 8, who was a Trodain guard. The guard himself, King Trode, and Princess Medea set out on a quest to track down Dual Magus and break the spell. Between this and the beginning of the game proper, they were joined by Yangus, a bandit whose life the hero had saved from a collapsing bridge.
Haven't you had enough, Mr. Kalderasha, sir? I'm sorry, but I've got a business to run. This, haphazard fortune-telling of yours is costing me a fortune in free drinks.
What? My fortune-telling? Haphazard? Are you a complete fool? Let me tell you something for free. All fortune-telling is haphazard. What do you expect? Anyway, so what if I saw it? So what if I foretold the fire? If I tried to stop it, then what? It would only have led to another disaster. That's what.
I'm sorry, Mr. Kalderasha, sir. I don't follow. If you're saying you knew about the fire, shouldn't you at least have warned Master Rylus?
Yes, poor Rylus. How many times I argued with the old man. I cannot believe he's gone. What? What is it?
You! Come, show your face to the Great Kalderasha. Yes, yes.
Quick! Quick! Everyone come quick! There's a monster in town!
Oh,
Just come and see! The whole town's gone crazy!
What the? This ain't good, Gov. Come on! Look lively!
He looked at me!
Oh, it's hideous!
Get out! Get out, monster! You're not welcome here!
Oh, that was right on the... Oh, ah!
After Hero 8, Yangus and Trode are chased out of Farebury by the townsfolk who had formed a violent, angry mob as they believed Trode to be an actual monster thanks to the curse that the treacherous court jester Dual Magus had placed upon him. Valentina, a sweet young woman who secretly followed after them after they were chased out of town in the hopes of soliciting Hero 8 and Yangus to retrieve her father, the Great Kalderasha, who fell into a despair of depression since he lost his crystal ball a decade prior, which fell into a waterfall inside a cavern known as the Waterfall Cave. Go figure.
Princess and I, after all? He's the one who made us look so ridiculous. I had hoped Rylus might be able to help us locate him, but it seems We'll just have to track Dulmegas down by ourselves. With Rylus gone, we have nothing further to gain from staying here. Let's be on our way.
Wait! Please wait. I'm sorry to come running after you like this. It's just that I wanted to ask you a favor.
Are you not afraid of me, young lady?
I dreamt about you. I dreamt that some people came to town with a strange creature. It was sort of halfway between a human and a monster. And I dreamt that they could make wishes come true.
A strange creature? Are you referring to me?
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to be rude.
Not to worry. I've had worse things said to me today. You know, you remind me of my Medea. You're about the same age. Anyway, you say you had a dream about me. Most peculiar.
I'm sorry. I haven't even introduced myself. I'm Valentina, daughter of the great fortune teller Kalderasha. If you could just come to my house, I'll explain everything there. It's by the well at the far end of town. I'll be waiting for you.
What was she rabbiting on about? Come round my house, she says.
Magnificent! She wasn't afraid to look at me at all, not one bit. Oh, she reminds me of my Medea. We must give this young girl a helping hand. Right then, my boy. Go and find the house by the well and see what it is she wants. Me? I'll wait here with the princess. We don't want to cause any more of a stir.
Ah, you came. I'm so sorry. I must have drifted off. How rude of me. I wanted to ask you a favor about this crystal ball. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Perhaps I should start from the beginning? Of course. Let me explain. My father, Kalderasha, was once a really famous fortune teller. Lost treasure, missing people. There was nothing the great Kalderasha couldn't help people with. But then one day, he lost his powers. All of a sudden, nothing he foretold turned out to be true anymore. It's probably because he stopped using a real crystal ball. This glass ball isn't...
Valentina, what is going on here? How many times have I told you not to touch my crystal ball? What? Aren't you that boy from the pub? What brings you here? Ah, never mind. I do not know what my daughter has asked you, but you can forget it. I do not need your help. I am fine as I am. I am going to bed. Valentina, say your farewells and show our young visitor to the door.
I'm sorry about my father, but whatever he says, he's the one who's really suffering since he lost his powers. That's why I wanted to ask you this favor. Can you find him a crystal ball? One that's big enough to bring back his powers? Really? You will? Oh, this is exactly how it all happened in my dream. So far, everything's come true. I also dreamt that there's a crystal ball hidden deep inside the cave, under the big waterfall to the south of town. I suppose only the daughter of the great Kalderasha could know a thing like that.
However, upon returning the crystal ball back to the great Kalderasha's home, rather than being pleased, he actually seems to be quite bitter instead. This is because he told a, quote, bad fortune that inadvertently led to a horrible tragedy. It also turned out that the reason why he had thrown it away was because Valentina's parents had gone missing, and he blamed himself for it. And so he threw it away out of disgust and rage at this self-perceived folly. However, Valentina had already known this, that Kalderasha had adopted her as a little baby, and still loves him as her father, while also telling him that she does not blame him in the slightest, and wants him to stop hating and blaming himself, to return to his old self and tell fortunes again, as that had made him happy and fulfilled.
You can't keep blaming yourself. Just blame yourself once and move on.
I knew you would return before long. And it seems you have done as Valentina asked. You see, even with a glass ball, the great Kalderasha's eyes see further than you realize. But you are meddling in matters that do not concern you, and you are wasting your time. You can bring back my crystal ball as many times as you like. I will just throw it away again. What? Don't throw things in the waterfall. It might open up an old wound. What on earth are you talking about? Enough. Listen to me. No one knows why I threw away my crystal ball. Even Valentina has no idea. I'm not about to confide in a stranger. Give it to me! This time I will smash it into 1,000,000 pieces, so it never finds its way back to me again!
Stop! Please stop, Father! I know! I've known for ages! I know why you threw away your crystal ball!
You know? So you know about your real parents?
Yes! And I don't blame you for their death.
Why not? How can you not blame me, Valentina? How can you not hate me?
Because you were just fortune-telling. Just doing what you do best. I was too young to remember, but you were once a truly great fortune-teller, weren't you, Father? No one knew where my parents had fled to, but to you, it was as clear as day.
Back then, there was nothing I could not see. The great Kalderasha was known all over the world. I was walking on air. Fortune-telling was my life. It was my soul. I thought only of myself, be they good or bad. I cared not who asked me to use my crystal ball. I lived for the vision.
It's all right, Father. You're a good man. You took me in and raised me, didn't you? When I was just a helpless baby. I want to see it for myself. I want to see the great Kalderasha in all his glory. I want to see your magnificent powers at work again, Father.
Oh, my sweet Valentina.